This is my laptop, which is the Dell Latitude C610. I know it is not a high-end laptop for sure, but it is still quite special. So I decided that once in a while I should talk about one of my devices, something that I've been using for quite some time and I'm still very happy with it. So I can show my respect to the device and whoever actually built it. For example, a while ago I talked about my Asus wireless router, which I think is an amazing device. But this laptop is actually a little bit older than that. Quite older. In fact, very older. This was actually manufactured in 2002. Most likely it is older than your dog, if you have one. It is rocking a mighty 1.2 GHz Pentium 3 processor. It also comes with 1 GB of RAM, 20 GB hard disk, and Windows XP. It even has one of these. By the way, if you don't know what that is, I have good news for you. You're young. I actually bought this laptop second-hand in 2012. And the reason that I bought it was obviously not because it was the fastest or the best looking computer in the world. Because even in 2012, this was still a 10-year-old computer. The reason that I actually bought this laptop was because back then I was getting ready to sit for my CCNA exam. I was able to buy some old Cisco gear off of eBay and make myself a small home lab so I could actually practice for the test. So long story short, I needed a laptop so I could dedicate it to my lab so I didn't have to use my main computer for my lab anymore. So this laptop was a good choice because first of all, it was a really good deal and also it has a serial port. That means I could use a console cable to connect the laptop to the Cisco routers and switches. So I got the laptop, practiced a lot and finally passed the test. And all of a sudden this became something important to me because it helped me to achieve something prestigious. How can I say this? Probably the same feeling a Formula 1 driver has for his car every time he wins a race. Yeah. Wait a second. Did he just compare himself with a Formula 1 driver? Dude, you should work on your metaphors. You're barely a shopping cart driver. Even after 16 years, this laptop still works absolutely fine. The only problem that I can think of right now is that every now and then the trackpad stops working for a couple of minutes, which is not a big deal for me because I use a mouse for the most part. I think even if I buy a brand new laptop today and wait and never use it for 16 years and then try to use it for the very first time, there will be a good chance that it's not gonna work at all. The interesting thing is after all this time, the battery still gives me around 1 hour of life before I have to actually plug it in. How's that even possible? Oh, I guess this is how it can be possible, yeah. Of course, with the Windows XP operating system and all those outdated specs, this is not the most practical computer for everyday use anymore. But I think it is still a great device for lab or other testing purposes, and that is exactly what I use it for. It has all kinds of ports, and some of them you don't find them on modern computers anymore. I already talked about the serial port, but it also has a parallel port, which was particularly helpful when I had to test a couple of old printers. So my laptop doesn't have an internal wireless network card. Instead, it has a PC card slot where I can insert the wireless PC card and use it to connect to the wireless networks. It also has a media bay here. This is actually where I can install different modules. I, for example, have a DVD-ROM, but there are other modules that I can install here. Okay, so overall, I should say, although this is not a daily driver kind of laptop anymore, because of its outdated technology, of course, I think it is still fair to call it a great device, mainly because of its durability. It has been working fine for 16 years, and that is definitely way more than what I can expect from a laptop. And not even to mention that this laptop actually brings back good memories because it helped me to get my Cisco certification. So every time I look at it, I feel like a feel good, feel very good. Good laptop, thank you. Alright guys, hope you liked this video. Let me know about your experience if you have the same laptop, or maybe you had a similar experience with a different laptop. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and I see you next time.